and it's over a mile. Shock horror. Isle of Jura is 5.5, Poetmaster 6.0, Cathab 7.5, 10.0 bigger the rest. Ed Quigley, over to you, sir.
Yeah, just on Charlie's point, there have been 3 fillies this century win that race in Ireland. 2011, the last one. Just look that up, La Collina. So they've got a half decent strike rate actually for the amount they actually run. But anyway, yeah, back to the 225. I'm with Poet Master. I just like this unexposed sort. Lope de Vega individual. So if there is a bit of cut in the ground, I mean, I've seen about 8 different weather forecasts, including the Norwegian one, and it's offering totally different perspective of what we're going to get at Haydock. I mean, there's the threat of lightning, threat of rain, but other weather forecasts saying we're going to get 21 degrees. So who knows? It's officially good to soft at the time of recording. But if we do get any rain, that won't be a problem for Poet Master. I wouldn't have thought on pedigree. And I just love the way in which, it was a minor race at this venue last time out, but the way in which Poet Master went through the gears was flying by the time they hit the line. I think the salient point probably is to step up in trip. Twice raced, both over the 7, but goes up to the mile here today. And as I said, the way in which Poet Master is extending inside the closing stages suggests the step up from 7 to a mile can only bring about and unlock more improvement on handicap debut. So, yeah, Poet Master for me in the 225 at Haydock.
Charlie Post.
Yeah, I'm with Ed on this one. And again, Isle of Jura, if you take a line through, Sherwood, who finished, I think, 3rd behind Poet Master, well beat when Poet Master was giving him 7. Isle of Jura beat Sherwood comfortably as well at Newmarket the last day, but giving weight, but not quite as impressively. Isle of Jura's now got to cope with a 14-pound rise, I think it is. So I think Poet Master's unexposed. I think potentially he's rated 92. He has the capacity to go a good bit further than this. And again, he's drawn wide, but plenty of horses have won from double-digit draws in this race in the past.
I was with Isle of Jura last time, and because he was so impressive at Newbury. But I don't know now, a 14-pound rise on what could be very testing ground. I'd rather play Cathab at the prices, who's going to be getting £12 off Isle of Jura. Cathab was really well backed that day. He was beaten by Mostabshire. He was disappointing subsequently at Sandown, but then at Ripon was back winning, although would have won it running backwards probably. But I think first time in a handicap off 85, he's a fair go at 7.5. But I do respect Isle of Jura. I just couldn't back him, Steve.
Yeah, this is kind of everything against what I usually do in competitive big field handicaps, looking for something at a big price. But Isle of Jura is a group winner in the near future. Absolutely bolted up at Newbury. And then did exactly the same at Newmarket. They can put this horse up 2 stone if they want. And it would still be very competitive. I just think he's class. He's got an interesting profile because he had one run for Charlie Appleby and Godolphin pulled the plug on him very quickly. And he was picked up by George Scott, who's been in sensational form. And he's got a great pedigree, as you would expect for a horse from Godolphin. So he's got the pedigree to be a group horse. And he's definitely got the ability. And I just think he takes it apart. They've ridden him very patiently so far. And I think that is purely because they knew if they rode him prominently, he'd win by even further. So they were trying to stop him almost, if you know what I mean. Stop him from winning his fight. He's just different class. And do you think it's going to be that testing? I don't think it's going to be that testing. It might be on the easy side, but it's not going to be. It's going to be soft ground.
It's just the unknown. No, probably won't be that testing. I don't think that's an excuse against Isle of Jura. He makes me nervous with that big old rise, but he
always made nervous by a big rise.
Yeah, a big rise is freaks me out.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's Steve Jones. There he is. 3:00
at Haydock. I love the fact as well that he's implying this horse hasn't been trying yet, even though he has been trying. And when they ride him correctly, he's going to be a 2-stone rise. Anyone would get the impression you really fancy this horse, Steve.
I just think when I saw him at Newbury, I thought, oh my God. And then I was working at Newmarket and George Scott came back after it won with the smuggest look on his face, as if to say, yeah, we know this is a good horse.
3 o'clock at Haydock. Nothing for me. Al Arsi is 2.9. King of Conquest 4.0. Midnight Mile is 7.0, as is Savvy Victory. Bigger prices the rest. I tell you, this Al Arsi Phantom Flight, they're taking each other on. I've been getting them wrong for fun. I laid Al Arsi last time. I'm sitting this out. But Ed Quigley isn't.
No, I think Al Arsi's the solid one here. Clearly been plagued by training troubles. Well, William Haggis said that himself. It's been hard to horse to keep sound, but when he is sound, he's pretty useful, isn't he? And he left that reappearance run after a year and a bit off the track when he was last at Newmarket. He left that behind, and it was the old zest was there at Newbury last time out, wasn't it? As you say, Tom, seeing off Phantom Flight, but travelled strongly, went around nicely, and look, it's got to see off that rival again. Second favourite in here, King of Conquest. I thought ran a pretty abject race at Royal Ascot. Was beaten 4.5 lengths, never really threatened, and personally didn't think there was much strength and depth here. I thought Al Arsi, officially the best horse in the race, probably brings the best recent form into the race as well. Maybe Savvy Victory is the one who is a bit of an enigma, who couldn't beat a horse home in 2 starts during June, and then really roared back to success last time out in a race which is working out well form-wise at Sandown. So probably the joker in the pack there. But for me, Al Arsi, I just think is the best horse in the race, and if reproducing his best form, we'll take all the beating once again.
Yeah, I was all out to put up Al Arsi. He does have a very good record at Newbury. Is my only I don't know. I've gone in circles with him. Steve, help.
Look, I hope it does dry out and it's not on this really testing side, because I'm going to chance the American horse, Classic Causeway, who in America on fast ground had really good form with European horses like Nation's Pride and Stone Age. And since coming over here, first time up at Ascot in the Prince of Wales Stakes, I mean, that's a really hard race to come over and run once. And it was 100 to 1 shot. And then last time, a more realistic level, but still a better race than this in the Summer Mile behind Master of the Seas. When just an insane pace up front. Just they took each other on up front, him and New Kingdom, the Godolphin pacemaker. And I just think that this horse has got more ability than they're giving him credit for. And if Jason Hart can just get his own way out in front and set his own pace, there's no way this horse should be, 34.0 or 41.0 or something. So it's a shame there's only 7 runners. Those 8 runners, I think he'd be a pretty good place bet as well. So I'm going to go winning place and hope that he runs a lot better than he has, just at small stakes chance bet.
And Charlie?
I thought there were question marks over plenty of these. Al Arsi, he's an in and out character. King of Conquest first time. Cheap Pieces isn't a positive for me. Savvy Victory probably wants plenty of rain. So I came down with Midnight Mile. She won the Oh So Sharp as a 2-year-old, ran well at the Breeders' Cup, ran fine in the Musadora on her return, disappointed in the Ribblesdale, but she was very good at York last time in a listed race, won impressively. She gets £11 because of sex and age allowance off the top ones at the betting. Richard Fahey's horses are continued in good form. So, yeah, at a bigger price, 7.0, Midnight Mile for me.
All right, that's us done and dusted with that contest. We move on to the 340 at Newmarket, the Molson Coors Sweet Solera Stakes, where Fallen